Hello, hello, hello again, and welcome back to If I Can, You Can talk show. I am Debra Philbert, your host today again, and I want to thank everyone who has been sharing our posts, who has been sending comments, and who like, and just continue to share our comments and like, and also to our countries, our wonderful, where our shows are in the wonderful countries and viewers from who are in the USA, Africa, France, Canada, Korea, England, Spain, Dominica, Barbados, the beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Saint Martin, Antigua, and the beautiful islands of the Caribbean joining us here today. We are also via Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, please share, hop on and just listen. We also on YouTube, Live UTV, Stream TV, Roku, Imagine TV, um, Amazon Fire, and 50 other states. And if you cannot see the show on Facebook Live, please just go on to Roku TV, or you could go on to YouTube because we are also streaming live on YouTube. Um, you know, Today I am so excited about the journey that for us on this journey, on this show. This is my fourth episode, and it is so wonderful to see that how it has empowered me and empowered a whole lot of people, because the stories I've been hearing from people is that hearing other people's story, it give them a opportunity, or give them their self-worth to say, oh, I can do this, or no matter what adversity they go through, they could do something else, or they can change their life. So today, go out to the world, just share your story with people. If you're going through anything, don't be afraid to share your story. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I'm hurting, or don't be afraid to say, hey, I'm doing this and it's helping me. So share, spread the love, spread the joy. And I can tell you a little bit about the talk show, If I Can, You Can. If I Can is a global talk show which we focus on the many challenges people facing today around the world, no matter what it is, verbal, mental, sexual, physical, or whatever, we call it whatever you go through, we can still go through, change our life from it just by talking to someone. And again, friends, I want to ask guests, just share. Just remember to share. And remember, again, you can watch the show on Imagine TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Facebook Live, and more stations. So, while we sitting here, please go share, because today we have a phenomenal guest, and his name is Carlos Cadiz, and he's from the island of Trinidad and Tobago. He has been my mentor for the last year or so, and you know what? I value him because of him and Ackland Lawrence. I am where I'm at today. So you see, I shared my story with these two people, and today I am here. Even Ackland Lawrence's husband, Hadley Lawrence, they have been like that, cool behind me to do what I'm doing today, to come out of my comfort zone, come out of my shell. So please do not miss this. Don't have your friends miss this, because Carlos have a powerful story to share and a powerful thing to see what he's doing in the world to help others. So please, guys, do me a great favor. Can you please share? Get your friends to go, have them get on Roku TV, have them get on Amazon, or on Facebook, YouTube, because you know what? This is a great show today. And and we are going to be right back. So we're going to have a word from our sponsors today. Michael, the MBW law is, I'm so happy that this is like the third time that MBW is sponsoring If You Can, I Can TV show. So you know what that shows? That he loves us. He loved the show. So he became our standard sponsor here today. And you know what? I want you to go to his Facebook page, and go to mbwlaw.com and give a big shout out to Michael Weinstein. So he is landlord tenant insurance lawyer, and you can, if you have any complaints about your landlord tenants or insurance, you can go on to check on the MBW law. And I'm going to promise you, he's like a good friend to me. He's a good friend to our family, and I can tell you he's a good lawyer that would really work with you and go towards you. Thank you. So we are going to be back pretty soon with our friend, with my best friend, my mentor, Carlos Kitties.
Oh,
Now,
Debra,
my brother,
hello. How are you?
I am doing good. The man
How's
is
the
the
weather up there?
hour.
How's the weather up there? You guys have it cold, warm, what?
It's a little, I think we're supposed to be in spring, but it's a little chilly today, but we still have some
Yeah,
sun in the
yeah,
town.
yeah.
And how's Trinidad? Oh, my
Hot, hot. Even though we get in rain, it's the Caribbean. It's the tropics, baby. It's hot.
hometown. Hot, hot Trinidad. Dude, I'm in hot Atlanta, so don't forget that. So a little miss. I'm still in the country, buddy.
That's right.
Yeah. So, Carlos, one of the things that I always do, and you know what? I want to say thank you, and I'm going to say it worldwide today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Carlos. A couple of years ago, so I'm in another business. And the thing about it, I was struggling a lot, and I reached out to another friend, like to mentor me and talk to me. And they recommended Carlos. And Carlos took me and one of my best friends, you're going to see her eventually on the show, under his wings. And if it wasn't for his pushing and progging and just, really being honest and brutal, I would not be doing this today because honestly, I don't like to talk to people. There's always one on the quiet side. So, Carlos, I give you kudos to you. I am so grateful for you being my friend, my good friend, my partner in crime, and everything right now. And we started a show together, Two Girls and a Guy. So if you go on Facebook, you're going to see that Two Girls and a Guys. And that's where this started from, going on Two Girls and a Guys. But I went out my way out. And I am, you know what, I'm happy doing this now. So, Carlos, one of the things, anybody who comes on my show, this is one of the things I talk about. I want to hear your story because our story have power. Our story is the thing that helps others, right? Because everybody have a story, but they're afraid to tell their story. But if they hear in somebody's story, they can go out and say, damn, I can do this, and they can change the way they think or change the way they're afraid to talk to somebody about it. So I know you have a powerful story. So
Mm.
tell me a little bit about you.
Well, at first, let me say I am very proud of you and where you have come to. Because, folks, listen to me. When I first met Debra, she was shy. She don't like to talk to people. Now, look at this. Beautiful. 40 countries worldwide, and you have Atlan behind you. You set, girl. Listen, my story actually is a little too long for Debra's show, but because this is a powerful but painful story. Humble backgrounds. My life was the opposite. People go from rags to riches. We went from riches to rags, and it was a hard road back. Okay, I just celebrated my 60th birthday a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still chasing my dreams because I've not yet, even though I have enjoyed measures of success, I have not yet gotten to where I want to go. Um, life will always be hard, folks. And then say, let me put it this way so that my story incorporates your story. Life will always be hard. Life will always have challenges. It will beat you up, kick you up, toss you around, flip you like a judo doll. But if you don't fight back, it will continue to be, because what life is doing, it is teaching you. It may be brutal, but it is teaching you how to define yourself. And you're going to find one day, if you continue fighting the challenges life gives you, one day you're going to just wake up and realize that I don't have any real challenges. I don't have any real issues. Life leaves me alone. I think I learned the lessons, but never stop learning because life never stops teaching.
So
Go ahead, Debs.
one thing you say life never stops teaching, but what I love about you is you talked about come from riches to rags, right? But what I love about you, and I know you're a dad.
Yeah.
And what I love about you, you stay home and be a stay-at-home dad. And that's what we have a lot of men out there who's going to say, "Oh my God, that's not it. I can't do that." But can you talk to men out there of being a dad and how you have your son and you being the educator, the everything for them? Because people can say, "Oh, you come from rags to riches, from riches to rags," But you did something phenomenal with that, with where you went, where you came from to where you went.
Because I always believed in me. You see, your situation is irrelevant to your attitude. You can wallow in self pity and hope the world feels sorry for you. But really and truly, when you are down, there's only one place to go. You're already down. There's only one place to go. Up. Pick yourself up. You know, Deborah, um, I always ask people, can't you perform a miracle on yourself? Why not? Why not? And I think that's all I did. I strive to perform a miracle on myself to change me from who I am to the person I am now, from where I am to where I currently am. But this is not the stop. Success is not a destination, folks. It's a journey. Okay, it's a journey. I have some other stuff, but I know Debra has a particular question. There's something I'm waiting to tell you. We'll talk about that at the end.
Hmm. Yeah. So another thing I know, you have trained a lot of people, a lot of in your business, and I met some of them. I met some of the people that you have trained, and everybody who talk about you, they talk about how you are such a powerful trainer in other businesses that you do. And you, so today I want you to tell me about how do you, what made you started being a trainer? What made you really come into to train people? I know you're really powerful and wonderful, but why did you start doing that? Give me a why.
Because, you know, a lot, let's take it from just an employee standpoint before we go to a business or entrepreneur. You have a job. You have a particular function. They will teach you that, let's say you're a salesperson. They give you a quota. They want $1 million a month in sales. Not a problem. But they were not teaching you the things that you need, like how to set your mind right, how to set goals, how to understand the time lag if you want to hit a particular target, how to build self-confidence, how to be able to posture when you're speaking to a client, how to show that client that you're the person to deal with. Those were the things that were left out on the job, and networks, in any type of business. And then I realized, well, wait a minute. This is what I've been doing for the last 30 years. Even though I hold a position, maybe sales, top sales executive, unit manager, whatever, I have always been training. And then I realized there were a lot of companies that called me in to do sessions for them. I realized, but wait a minute, for the last 30 years, this is what I've been doing. I've been doing it for free. So I decided, and the pandemic was kind of timely, because my travel business came to a halt. My income went through the window. You're talking about a pandemic. People, if you understand the depth of this pandemic, I lost over $300,000 in income for the month, every month, because my business had to close. I was into tourism. All right? What do? I said, you know what? I can sit and mope, but listen, it's done. It's done. Can't do anything about it. So at the same time, I got an email from Robert Kiyosaki, and I'm part of his group. And he says, you know, if you were to take your passion and share it with the world for free, without looking for any return or reward, the returns and rewards would be tremendous. And I remember one of the earlier classes with you, Debra, when I talked about giving service without looking for reward, and then the returns on good service. And I said, you know what? I'm going online, and I've been teaching anyway. I've been giving it, and it's for free. I don't care who wants it. I am teaching you. I'm going to get in your head. I ask you all you're wanting. Let your mind be my playground. I'll remove all the negativity, all the self-doubt when I'm finished with you. Because for me, everyone is inherently good, regardless of the bad things they may do. And if you could see the good in everyone, it's easy to help everyone.
Okay, I love that. We talk about the pandemic, and I know we all struggled through the pandemic, and I know you lost everything in that pandemic. I knew that you lost, and I know we talked about it. We had a wine over it, you know, right? So I know you want the world out there. A lot of people went through the pandemic, but some of them, like, okay, mentally they like toned out. Some people committing suicide. Some people
Mm.
suffering. People homeless. People without food. You know, children and all. And I know you homeschool your son through the pandemic too. So can we talk a little bit about the pandemic on your perspective? For me,
Wow.
the pandemic was for me was a time it was a time for me when I really went soul searching. I went
Mm.
closer to God and I started soul searching myself to see, hey, for the years gone by before the pandemic, when I was home doing, working and home, I had that time to take time. I didn't make it bring me down. I made it develop me, to me to look where I'm at today. So what could I do better during this pandemic? But for you, I know you had a whole lot of struggles during the pandemic. But as a male perspective, can you share with the world about the pandemic?
The pandemic was brutal to me in a variety of ways. Excuse- because just before that pandemic hit its height, I had to come back from the US. Um, I was there basically watching my daughter give up her life. Cancer had taken hold to the point where there was nothing else that could be done. I watched my daughter die for that week, and I felt as though someone had cut my heart out with a spoon. And I made the decision that I must do something because this is still part of my why. And I made the commitment to donate 1 million US dollars every year to University Hospital, Bergen Street, Newark, New Jersey. Having said that, when I came back home, the pandemic was in its height. I had my business. My business was generating over $300,000 a month. So I came with the expressed intent to set that fund up now so that anybody in the world that is suffering from osteosarcoma can get the medical assistance they require. And then I lost everything. It just went poof. I'm like, ah. I thought I was going crazy at one point. I says, how do I fit this? How do I achieve what I want to do? How do I my home, the mortgage, the food, the lights, guys, all the utilities, the things we have to pay. I make a funny quote. Sometimes you end up in some bad marriages with the electric company, with the phone company, with the bank loan. Right? Those are some horrible relationships if you don't have the wherewithal. So I had to find some way of recapturing that. So fortunately for me, I've always been online. I'm a researcher. I love to research. I like information because I want when I share with you, I can speak to you from a point of authority. And it's through that research, I came across a couple of online companies, well, many online companies, because I've also been a network marketer for over 25 years. I was out for the last 10 years. And then I saw a couple of companies and started investigating. And of course, I do my due diligence and I realized, okay, these are real good companies. So I said, if I'm going to bounce back, this is it. So I dedicated myself. Once I get in, I'm in. And within the last 2 to 3 years, I've pulled myself right back up. Right back
Okay.
up. I'm not where I want to be yet. But man, the future's so bright. I need me some shades. Now, let me just add quickly for because Debra talked about being a stay-at-home dad. I've been a stay-at-home dad for 4 years. Wow, has its challenges though. But I would say to the men, you really get to know yourself. You get to know how or the caliber of parent you are. Let me tell you something. Be prepared because sometimes the things are going to come out about yourself you're not going to like, but you can change. And these are the things I do. I strive to change every day to be a better person every day, not only to my family, because family is the most important thing to me. Everything I am doing is centered around my family. I consider myself a man and I have a responsibility. I took a vow when I got married. The only part of my vow I totally ignored and did not repeat was for Pora, because I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I'll be with you in sickness. I'll be with you in health, but I'm not gonna have you as the love of my life and have to drag you through poverty. So that is why I was so hurt having to lose my business due to COVID, and I need to get back up quick. See, people, you can sit and wallow in your own misery. That's not going to get you anywhere. Get up and move because you are energy in motion. So don't just sit there. You're killing yourself. Yeah, Deborah, we talk about that?
Yes, we did talk about that. And, you two help a lot when we did our, even when we talked on our Facebook, Two Girls and a Guy, it's a lot of that we spoke about making, and that did help me a lot too, even though I did say, look, I make it as a positive thing, not a negative. I made it more covered. I never say I was fortunate enough that I didn't have to go through what other people went through. But it hurts me because my thing is that I love helping people. And when I go out to, like Atlin and I, we do this. We go out and we get lunches and we
Oh,
feed
yeah.
to kids out there. But when you go into these places and you see that the family rushing to get these food and you hear their stories that they can't pay their bills, they can't provide foods for the kids. And some of these kids are in school.
Yeah.
When they're in school, that's the only lunch they get, right? And then some of them have their parents dying and they have nothing else to get. They have no insurance, they have nothing. And it's not only here, but all over the world when you hear these stories. So um, I would say we're blessed that we had you. I could call you, I could call Phyllis, or I could call some of my friends and hear their story, or I have people who would help me. I have Atlin right there. She's like, oh, Deb, come, let's go get these 50 boxes. Let's go do it. But some people don't. And I look at the single dads and single moms, or like, no, a lot of family that the mom will die, but the dad have to take over the weight. Not even speak to people. When the husband died, some of the wife don't even know what to do, especially in this
Deborah,
pandemic.
here's something you don't know because I hardly mentioned this part of it. I raised three kids from the age of 11. I was 11 years old. Because what you just said there, yeah, I know about hungry. I know about not having. All right. I left school at the age of 9 so that my brothers wouldn't leave school.
Mm.
I worked jobs like from gas stations to bakeries because I also knew that every time I go to buy bread, they never asked me where I got the money. Or if I had to buy clothes, they never asked me where I got the money. So I realized all I needed to do was work, and jobs are bound. So I did everything, you name it. I was never ashamed or allergic to money because I knew I needed it. And I raised those three boys. School, I sent them to school, I sent them to college. I went back to school when I was 28 years old. And if you see my resume, if I have to apply for a job, which I'm glad I don't, I make my own money. I have to shave that resume down because they say we can't afford you. But if they know the backstory, and because of that backstory, I made it my business to continuously educate myself. And I continue to do that even now, even though I am teaching other people. Because you see, the more knowledge I could dispense to them, Confucius say it is better to pass on to others what one has learned for oneself. I don't need money for that. Why should you have to go to and pay $50,000, $60,000 for someone to talk at you, and then you do all the work, and then they look at it and say, "All right, this is good enough. I'll give you a pass. You now qualified. Come to Network University online. It's free. You can find this on the YouTube channel, Facebook, but you deserve more." And it's because of what I have been through, is why I put out so much of myself for others. I'm not looking for money. Money's going to find me. Wealth will find me. That's not what I'm chasing.
Well, so Carlos, I can understand what you're talking about because I too had to do that. And just recently, my youngest brother, we were talking, and he's like, "Sis, I remember when you would take me to work with you just so I could have, I can see the life. of going and taking them out because I'm the oldest of six. And I did something practically what you did. I went out there. I chose wasn't to go to college. That was my option. My uncle was so mad at me. He was like angry, angry. Oh, you need to do this. I did his thesis for his master's, right? And he's like, you need to go to college. I was like, nope, I'm not going. I choose was because my mom had six of us and living in the islands. It's not to say
Oh yeah.
we did have, we had a house. We still have that house, yeah. We had everything, but I wanted to see my siblings. Um, my mom and my grandparents that the money come in. One of the things, and I tell everybody, my first paycheck, you take that and you go feed, that hospice we have in Trinidad. I think
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
man. You take
Yeah.
the paycheck and you go feed the people in the hospice. And I was like, is she crazy? Just get all this money and she wouldn't take it. And we didn't have. So hearing you say that, it's like, it's like a crazy grandmother. But now, as I'm older, I
You
find it.
understand?
I understood. But now I'm so proud of all my siblings. They are
Yeah.
all successful in their own way because I
Yeah.
choose wasn't to do so. But I'm successful. Look what I'm doing now. I'm
It's the same
successful.
thing I did with my boys. The
That's
same
right.
thing I did with my boys. I have 5 boys. I am proud of my boys because you see, I set the rule early. I realized that if I set the bar for them, then they don't have to look to anyone else
Yep.
as a role model, right? And that's what I did, and I'm so proud. I mean, I have my eldest son. He's a prosecutor in the military. His wife is a prosecutor with the DPP. The second one, he is now entered the military. Um, there's one for him. He is 22 years old, 2 masters, doing something else and teaching, right? So because you see, I always told them this: you can wash your clothes, you can wash your face, you can wash your hands, but you cannot wash Cadiz. My name could never be laundered in a machine. So when
Okay.
you can carry yourself, remember your name is what lives on, and everything you do will echo into eternity. And that's how I raise my boys.
Okay, so we're gonna go to a quick commercial break and we're
All
gonna
right.
come back. We're gonna leave you there, Facebook friends, to think on what Carlos just said, and we're gonna be right back after this commercial break.
Do you want to grow your online presence and expand your business reach? Our marketing team can definitely help you. Advertise with us today and let Imagine Me TV take your business to the next level. We are offering 3 affordable packages to the end of 2020. Package number 1, you will receive 1 flash ad at the opening of the show. We will also share your business name, location, and phone numbers, and that is only $59.99. In package number 2, you will receive everything from package number 1, but you will also get a second flash ad in the middle of the show. In package number 3, you get to be the show sponsor, and you will receive everything in package number 2. Plus, we will list your website, and you will also have a 30-second video ad. These are some amazing prices. So what are you waiting for? Contact us today at email address info@leagueyourbrandltd.com, or you can call us at 614-402-7034. You can also visit our website at leagueyourbrandltd.com. You can catch our show on several broadcasting platforms like liveyourstreaming.com, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and also on Imagine Me TV network at League Your Brand Limited Company. We have viewers in all 50 states and globally. We are international, we are national, we are worldwide. Canada, Africa, Asia, Europe, the Caribbean islands, just to name a few. We are Imagine Me TV, your #1 virtual TV talk show.
Welcome back, my Facebook friends, my people on Roku and Imagine Me TV. So all our guests, I know Carlos is like most of the popular guy out here today. So if you want to look at Carlos, you want to see Carlos, you can go on to Imagine Me TV, or you could go onto Facebook, or you could go onto YouTube, and you're gonna find him. If you're not, you're unable to get on, please go on to Imagine Me TV. You're gonna see him on there, and go onto Facebook. Or if you don't have Facebook, go onto Imagine Me TV and you would see him there. If you have Roku, go onto Roku. Or you can go onto YouTube because YouTube is free. Anybody could go onto YouTube on Imagine Me TV and you're gonna see Carlos, our star today. It's like, wow, Carlos, you have so much followers. Like people are like, people are out there. What do you look at to hear the master, right? The master. So we are back with Carlos. People are, again, I want you to go and share, 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 share. This show is is something that you share, and I know Carlos had gives us a lot of great nuggets just now and before, and I know I left it to that. So we're gonna come back, Carlos. So I know for you, you really elevate people higher. You really elevate. You have so much people that you mentor. Again, I can second that. Come out saying that you mentor, you sponsor. You are a person of your heart. What I want to ask you is, I knew you wrote a book, right? And I love the book because that book is on faith. And I know it's one of the things I say, faith, substance of seen and not heard.
Faith, yeah.
You used to
Faith
talk,
is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen.
right. You always put that in our head. And I know we got in life, we gotta go by faith. Because that faith is that thing that holds us. Because if I didn't have faith in what I'm doing, if I didn't have faith in the journey, I left my country. Literally left my country, moved to another country. And if I didn't have that faith and trusting in God that, look, I'm going to go over it, I'm like, I know what it is. And it was never homeless, but I knew what it was to have to live with family, have to understand, you're on a job today, you're not even sure you're going to be in that job tomorrow, and move into another place. And so that faith and everything you believe in, it's going to come true eventually. And it did, because I held my faith until eventually I got everything I want and I moved out. And in that faith, it brought me friends. It brought me true friendships. It brought me people in my life who really had to elevate my faith more. So I want you to talk about that today. Because Carlos, you're not faith.
Well, I'm hoping that I am the first person that is actually launching a book while I'm writing it and doing it live. I do it live on YouTube on my channel, Network University TNT. I usually do Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's called the Entrepreneurs Handbook. Again, because of not seeing people being helped with their mental aptitude, but wanting to do business. I see people in networks and they're telling them, just recruit. How? What do I say? If you're saying to me that I can get wealthy, then what is the track that I need to run on? So I recognize that, and I says, listen. And why I started with the first chapter as faith is simply because faith is your personal belief system. Got that? Faith doesn't belong to the church. Church uses the system very well. Faith is each and every one of you, that's your personal belief system. Because when you have faith in yourself, you can build self-confidence, self-esteem. You can be self-assured. You can be, you can use your initiative. All right? You're comfortable in your skin. The first chapter starts with faith is the substance of things hoped for, which means hoped for, you're wishing, you're praying, you're making a petition for something. And then the evidence of things unseen, and that is Hebrews 11.
Okay,
Evidence.
let's stop there. Let's break that down. So the evidence of the things seen, and
Right.
so
So
let's
here you. Hmm.
let's go into that. Let's go
All
because
right.
we have so many things that we wish for, and we haven't seen it, right? But eventually you get it, and that's that faith thing. So let's.
Hold on. Listen. When you say the substance of things hoped for, whatever you desire, that is the hope. The evidence of things unseen is when it comes into reality. But the reason a lot of people don't see it happening, they also forgot faith without works is dead.
Mhm.
You have to put in the work. Because, look at, okay, break it down simply. Let's say I'm setting a goal that by January 25th, 2022, I would have 50,000 US dollars. Right? And I said that with faith, confidence. But guess what? I sit here at my desk until next year and I'm waiting for that $50,000. It's not going to happen. Without works, it's not going to happen. So you now have to put the work in. What do you need to do? How many people you need to call a day? How many flyers you need to send out? How many follow-ups? Okay, how many new prospects you need to get in touch with in order to generate and ensure you have that $50,000? Then you have the time lag. You said today's March. You said January 2022. That gives you 9 months in which to put in the work so that faith works. If you don't put in the work, it's not going to happen. Don't just sit back and say, okay, I have faith. God works miracles. He's going to laugh at you. Okay? Yeah, you're expected to put in the work. If you have the faith and you go after that, and I want you also to understand where faith lives. It's in your subconscious mind, where your subconscious knows no defeat. So you can achieve anything you want, but you first have to believe. Because remember what the Bible also says, or it may not be, but what the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And that's why I chose to start the book that way. And that would be the front. But I also never remember what I'm putting on the back cover.
Mhm.
Faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
But also, people, this is very important. Prayer cannot work without faith. Fortunately for you, faith works without prayer.
And
And think about
you talk about that. So let's talk about. I know you talk about it. So you talk about the network marketing, and I know we have a lot of young people out there, um, who they all feel like I have to work for a man. And
oh,
that's it. And they don't really want to do a network marketing. They wanted to do something, but they have a niche. They have something that, business wise, they have their goals because not everybody wants to work in a network marketing, and I'm not going to doubt that. I don't, think that you can't push everybody into something you like, or, that's you. But we have a lot, especially in this pandemic. And we know a lot of businesses will form, but we still have some people there who are like, oh, I can't do this. And I know you have to have that faith that I'm going out there to do this, to do this. This is what I like. So I want to be a plumber. I love plumbing. I love fixing stuff. Or I want to be a designer. I'm doing this. But I want to start my own business in it. As you are somebody who owned their own business before, you gain and you lost. But somebody coming in now in this pandemic time, what advice are you going to give them to start in their own business? Because we come back to that faith again.
first thing I'd say is if you have an idea, act on it. Act on it. Do not listen to the person who tell you that wouldn't work. I don't think that's what you could. No, you have an idea, act on it. The only person responsible for you is you. Don't care. Could be your best friend, could be a lover. You do not. If you have an idea, act on it. In this pandemic, for me, there's only one way out: network marketing. You know why? Because I don't have to have that brick and mortar. I don't have to pay salaries to people. I don't have to fight up with employees and unions. I don't have to worry about production loss. I'm particularly going after the young ones. Let me tell you something. School just gives you an education, bare bones. You need to come out of that and seek knowledge. Knowledge is out here. life gives you knowledge. You have the choice. I want everyone to know that it is your birthright to enjoy success, to enjoy wealth, and all the things life has to offer. The universe is always ready, willing, and able to give you what you want. But if you don't act on it, nothing is going to come your way. If you don't ask as part of that same faith course, ask and it shall be given.
And
Seek and you will find.
Yeah.
Knock and you will door. But check this out.
Be open. Yeah.
Remove all the stems. SK, EEK, NOCK. You still remain with ASK. Anything you want in this life, ask the universe. Or as you would say, ask God.
Yeah.
But believing, the belief part, believing. You have to believe. And that's why, before you go to the next question, Debra, I always tell people, if you pray faithfully, you will never get an answer. Because when you're praying faithfully, that is a sense of you're unsure whether or not it will actually work. You know, Lord, it was so hard the last time. Father, I'm asking you, think you could make this do not pray faithfully. I will say to you, faithfully pray. It's a big difference. Faithfully pray, because when you pray faithfully, you know it's yours. It's a done deal. You pray and you walk away. Yeah, it's a big difference.
It's a big difference, true, but you still have to do the work. Because
That's right.
I pray and I'm going to get, it's not going to come to you that easy. You still got to do the work. You still got to pray. You still got to ask God, but you still got to do the work. Because a lot of people is like, I pray and it's going to come to me. But God gives you challenges to in life and to see how much you want that, how much you want to do that, how much that stuff you asked me for, that I'm okay. Let me see if you're going to really do this, you know? And yeah, I'm going to walk there and say, God, I want a house and I'm going to get this house in so time. But you don't work towards that house or you don't do something to get that, you're not get it, right? And then you're going to blame God and you're going to say it's faith doesn't work. But it does work. You got to do it. You got to do the work. You got to say, as we said, ask, and it shall be given you the word ask.
But I'll tell you something, Debra. I'll tell you something. People, I don't know if you really understand the power you have, the power that's within you, because you said there just now, God doesn't throw challenges at you. You ask him to accomplish something. He's not going to throw challenges at you. You know where those challenges come from? They come from you.
Mm-hmm.
You stop yourself. Because why? Here comes your best friend who always have a problem every Monday morning. She always broke. You all work in the same place, making the same money. She either always broken. And then you have the friend who always have the man problem. And then you have the next friend who always want to talk somebody else's business. Let me tell you something. Those are the problems. And that's why I said faith, because, you know, I showed, Chester was by me today, and I did the same test. I said, Chester, you know, people talk about all faith and all they have. I said, let me ask you something. Can you walk on water?
No.
Like, I always get the same response.
You could.
And then I said to him, I says, would you like me to show you? And I did. I can walk on water. Just wet the floor. Walking on water doesn't mean you walk across the Atlantic Ocean or the Black Sea or the Baltic Sea. I have a fear of sharks. No, walking on water is moving that problem that's in your life. When you have overcome that situation, you have crossed the ocean.
Obviously. Yeah.
The same as they say, Debra, if you have faith as much as a grain of mustard seed, you can move a mountain. Here's the problem with people. They stand up at the bottom of the Colorado Rockies, at the Appalachian chain, and expect to move it. No, the mountain is that relationship that is tying you down. It may be abusive. The mountain is I just lost my career after 28 years. How do I go on? That's the mountain you have to get over.
Yep. And that is so true, because we put that block in front of us and say we can't get through. That's why we end up, a lot of people end up on the streets, or they end up in these situations. And it's like they don't trust again in life. But You got to move the mountains because they're going to come in
Right.
front of you. And the thing about it, that's why I said the challenges is going to come in front of you. But you got to say, hey, I'm not going to make this stop me. I'm going to go on. It's
No,
going to
no.
go on. You know, you know what you want at the end. It may take you 5 years, 3 years, 4 years, but every day you strive for that what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get it. And even so for your family, for your children, if you want something, you gotta strive for it. So
That's right.
as our Facebook friends are out there, you want something, go get it, but have faith and make sure, yes, it's going to have obstacle. And it's always good to say, look, I'm going to get rid of this and I'm going to get rid of that and challenge yourself and get rid of certain things that's blocking your path about it. So we're going to take a quick commercial break and then we're going to come right back with you. Carlos, we're going to come back. Let's stay on that faith, people. Stay on that faith. Stay on it. Think about it. Think about the things you want. Think about the mountains you want to move on. Stop that thing and pick that faith. So we'll be right back with you after our commercial break. So today we have Deb's Travel Solutions. So this is a company that I'm a certified travel agent. And if you're looking to book your flights or wedding cruises, or wedding destination or anything, you can contact me at dbsolutions.com and I'll be willing to help you. And even if you're looking to lower your bills, or you looking to, we have this, I'm using it right now and we call it Sense to help you enhance your mood. You just contact me at DBS Solutions or on my website. So we are back. We are back with Carlos Kiddies. It's not. I am sure my Facebook friends, you are enjoying my buddy Carlos. We gotta give you a round of applause, my buddy.
I'm having a great time.
Applause, buddy. You are killing it today, and I know it's like, and I know you started other programs, and we're not going to talk about businesses or what calling names today. We're going to just tell you what it's doing for you, because we know we're in a world out there and people like you call in the name of a company and they think, but all I want them is to seek you out after you tell them all this stuff. So you introduced me to something recently and I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. One of the things is that artificial intelligence stuff, Carlos. I was like, okay. The one I like best is when I could go on vacation, I could sit in my living room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is exciting. That is going to be exciting. Virtual reality and augmented reality has been with us for quite a while. But a lot of people have not really or didn't understand or grasp what AI is. They have been using AI for so long. It has been part of your life for so long. Your phone is one of the most dangerous AIs there is. It sells your intellectual property rights every night while you sleep. And big corporations harvest that and make trillions. Okay, but we use AI and algorithms and innovation to generate income and run and have a business. One of those, as you rightly said, I won't call name, is our virtual reality segment. And it brings us back to this pandemic where people have been just stuck in their homes. Mm-hmm. Business people and regular people. Imagine being able to put on a pair of goggles as a business person, plotting your destination, and now go to the same suppliers that you are accustomed going, do all the same things, only 100 times enhanced. You can test the product, make payment, place orders, arrange your shipping, all from a virtual space. You can revisit your favorite destinations or maybe new ones. If you ever wanted to go to Dubai and you ever wanted to go in the Burj Khalifa, you put your goggles on, you plot your destination. People, it is so really experienced. You are immersed in a world of virtual reality. Yeah. It's crazy.
Right? I love that when you told me about that. The other one I love too, and I'm gonna use that from you. I'm gonna get that from you, buddy. The one is when you can tell if you send a letter or you go on or whatever. I can't remember right now, but that one.
It's crazy. I use that on myself today because I always use and test my products on me. Mm-hmm. Bank broke my personality code.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what bank is a technology that you introduce to businesses, and let's say it's a KFC franchise. They have their social media pages. Their customers make comments, and then there are people who make comments to their customers' comments. All you do is take up any piece of any conversation, put it in the software, and that software in 90 nanoseconds would break that person's personality code. Now you know how to better approach them to sell them. You know how to keep them as a loyal customer. You learn so many things about that one customer. And then you remember you also took comments from people who were commenting on his comments. Now you can also now know how to make them customers. Let me tell you what happened to me. When my code was broken today, I sat in awe, Debra.
Wow.
It had me pegged. My code says how nurturing I am, my passion for teaching and elevating others, my hunger for knowledge. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And all I had to do was put 4 cards and arrange it in my order of priority. And based on that, my entire personality was decoded. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's one I
Yeah.
wanted. Those two
Yeah,
things. I want to get those two things. So I'm like, I am that.
yeah.
When you show it to me, Carlos, and I'm like, so I want to go on vacation. You know me, I love traveling. I am like, just now I am leaving to go to Ghana,
Right.
and yes, I would love to see that place. And my goal is, for me, my goal is out there with the orphanage, with kids out there building a school. But when I see that, man, if I could see before I go where I'm going, I'm
The
like,
view, oh yes, and that is the beauty of it. And I guess that's why it's called the view, because you can now immerse yourself in every aspect of Ghana's culture, business, whatever, from the comfort of your living room.
right.
So when the opportunity does come where you can actually fly, you're already knowledgeable about where you want to go. Or you can revisit old destinations. It would be a lot better now. You're not limited.
Yeah.
All right?
Can't
Take a
wait.
safari.
Can't wait for that one, buddy. I'm like, yeah, I love traveling. And I know people, right, especially with the pandemic now, you sit home and like, oh, I don't want to get out there. I don't want to go to see, like, you're afraid of going because you can get COVID. But
People don't like to fly, or
you can sit in your home and look at that. But I know I'm going to fly, but I still want to see before I leave. All right.
Debra?
Because we are coming to close and pretty soon. And anything you want to leave with your audience, anything you want to say with them, after you come up today.
Well, I would simply say this. I'm glad I was given the opportunity to share a little bit about me. But listen, life is too short for you to waste it. You do not have a time frame as to when you're going to leave this planet. Try and do everything that you have ever wanted to do. Accomplish something. Okay? As most again, do not let this life pass you by. And I want to particularly quickly address all the ladies that may be looking. If you never heard it before, you're going to hear it now. You are the most powerful thing on this planet. You were given tremendous power. I respect you women a lot. I have all my ribs. Sorry, you didn't come from here. You were created to lead me into a better place. Unfortunately, you have been subjected to the worst treatment by the people who really know your true power so they can take it from you. Don't give it up. Women, you lead us into a bright future.
Yeah.
That's what I would say to you.
Come on, roll, buddy.
Right.
And so, Carlos, can you tell your audience where they can find you, how they can get in contact with you?
Yeah. Network University, as you see, TNT. I'm on YouTube, my YouTube channel. Lots of trading. Remember, it's all free. Give me that like, subscribe, hit the notification bells for 10 years of great luck. I'm also on Facebook, Network University TNT, because right now I'm just blowing up my audiences, my students, and again, come, please. You don't have to pay a cent, but I can guarantee you one thing. Look at Debra.
Yeah, buddy. Yes, I am so grateful you came on, and my body is like I can't do anything without you. It's so funny, face people. Carlos and I are good friends. We never met each other yet. We never met each other. So I'll tell you, anybody could come into your life, uplift your life. So don't just say there and like, oh no, I never met Carlos personally in life. All we do is talk on the phone and on Zoom.
Zoom.
That's it. That's where we talk. So I know we have like a few minutes. So that's all we talk on Zoom and Facebook. So you know what? People could come into your life and that time when you are down, and that time to lift you up to where you're going. And again, that's come back to our faith. It's our faith. It's because remember, seen and not heard. Never knew Carlos for over a year now. And today we are best buddies. We talk every day.
Yeah.
And three of us. It's like when my girlfriend, we talk every day. We always have something. Anything he does, he's like, Debra, girl, come on, and we ready. We will blast him up. We will have wine on Zoom. We will have music on Zoom. I'll be drinking my water sometime. And, it's all that going on. So that's where friendship comes from. You don't have to be close with each other. You could be in another country, but we are good friends. And Carlos, like, I love it. When I call you on a whim, you are there for me. I can pick up the phone no matter what you do, and you're there for me. And I'm so grateful for that. And that's what friendship is about. So
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Our Facebook friends and family, I am so happy today. I had my good friend Carlos, mentor Carlos Kiddies today. Go remember, look on Facebook. He's on YouTube. He's on Network University. Just hit him up. Send him some likes. Send him some shares. Send him some good words of inspiration. Tag him and tell him how much you enjoyed him on the show today. Next week, we're going to have another phenomenal speaker coming on, and her name is Wanda D. Harris, and she's the talk show host of I Am Enough TV, and she's be launching our book. So again, don't forget, her flyer is coming up pretty soon. We'll see you again next week, and goodbye, and thank you again for coming on, and see you next week. Have a blessed week, my friends, on Facebook and all over the world. See you again. Goodbye.